During the market revolution, when factory labor began, people couldn't set their own pace. The invention of interchangeable parts made fewer artisans making goods from hand themselves. Most people were only doing one part of a task. This meant that there was less skill in labor. There was no more need for highly trained artisans. The industrialization in the early 1800s began drawing white northeastern women out of the home and into the factory and schoolhouses. In Lowell, Massachusetts, a businessman began to reform the manufacturing industry by hiring women and creating a centralized workplace. While young men could do these occupations, young white women had fewer options and were better with working with textiles. The Boston Manufacturing Company thought the system was better due to the fact that women could be easily managed and restricted while living and working on the factory. The bosses decided to cut the working woman's wage on the factory, and the girls decided to strike and protest. During the Second Great Awakening, meetings were held in a small town and large cities throughout the country, many known for their camp meetings. Many churches experienced a great increase in membership, and the new evangelical movement made a greater emphasis on humans' ability to change their situations for the better. It suggests that individuals can assert their free will and choose to be saved and live their salvation that was open to all human beings. The Second Great Awakening embraced a more optimistic view on human condition. German and Irish immigrants were the largest group of immigrants of the United States. Irish Catholics were frequent targets of the anti-foreign prejudice. Germans were seen as skilled workers who came to the United States with more resources and skills than the Irish. The Germans, having more money, also gave them more freedom to leave the cities and contribute to the settlement of the West. The Irish were forced to move into cities of the East Coast. In the 1820s, all sorts of reform movements were escalating across the United States, such as the temperance movement, religious movements, and anti-slavery organizations. In many of these, women played a prominent role. Many American women were beginning to go against the idea of women being a submissive wife and mother concerned with the home and the family. The abolitionist movement began as a more organized, radical, and immediate effort to end slavery than early campaigns, which arose around the 1830s. Abolitionism started in the states like New York and Massachusetts, which quickly spread to other northern states.